The demolition we're involved in today is quarry plant demolition. This is something that AR Demolition specialise in, demolishing redundant plant in quarry sites. And this particular piece of plant is a screen house and storage bins.
At the minute we're just trying to take the top screen house down, and then we'll be taking the concrete bunkers, which is 20 of them down as we progress through the building.
The job that these structures are designed to do is either crushing or screening of aggregates. This type of structure is incredibly strong. They're built to be in a very harsh environment, so there's a lot of concrete with very dense rebar in it, also very strong steel structures that are built so that vibration of the screening and crushing machines doesn't affect the structure, hence why they have to be very strong indeed. The challenges that you encounter on a site like this is some of the materials that you're dealing with, traditionally very large, heavy structures, heavy concrete structures, heavy steel structures, and then there can often be a lot of dust around that we have to control all the time.
Parts of the plant we're doing, taking down, are dust hoppers. So basically we spray it down with a water cannon just to keep the dust down to a minimum, the best that we can.
The sequential process that we have to deal with on a structure like this is we have to be very careful because there can be different types of things in there, steel and concrete, and in this actual case we've got post-tension concrete. So we have to make sure that we take it out in a sequence as to not affect the rest of the structure and not compromise the stability of the rest of the structure. This particular site we're working on is a fully live quarry, so we have to be very careful and plan very hard to make sure that we don't impact on the day-to-day workings of the quarry. They still have a job to do, a living to earn. We've got a job to do, but our job as part of our work is to make sure we don't impact on the operations of that quarry. When we're working in a site like this, we have to take into consideration the strength of the building and the height of the building or structure. This particular structure at its highest point was nearly 40 metres and a very strong construction. So when you're working on something like this, you have to make sure you've got the right machinery to deal with the material at that height. And again, enforce good exclusion zones and things to make sure everybody around you is working safely.
We've built a ramp, stone ramp, using sort of 300-400 tonne of stone, just to get the machine up to a safe working height really, so he's not overstretching and overreaching what he needs to do.
We choose to use high reach equipment on a project like this because one of the big things is keeping the man away from the workface from a health and safety point of view. So we use very heavy duty, high reach demolition equipment with very large strong tools on it, so we can manage the job from ground level and without having to put people in danger by working up on the workface.
The important part at the moment is bring the building down, obviously as quick as possible, but as safe as possible. If it means holding the job up because something's unsafe, I'll hold the job up because it's unsafe. It's always got to be done the safest possible way we can.
The great thing with a project like this, it can be either self-funding or near self-funding, or sometimes even there can be a position where the client gets a credit for a job like this because of the values of the material coming out of it. So not only are we able to give a good, successful project from a health and safety point of view and a least impact to the working operation, the client can get it done with a very low budget or no budget at all sometimes. We're expert at this type of work because we can do it safely, on time, and give the client great value for money.